The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Kansas City Chiefs. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
That's it, baby. We gonna work. Down. 180.
Check. Watch the edge. 25. Check 20.
Hey, 734. Right Monday, down.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. It's a loss of 4 on that first. Play it at second down.
Too easy.
Brought down back at the 21-yard line.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Mike 50. 6 man. Check curls.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, we got Mike 50.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. For these Raiders and quarterback Derek Carr, the Chiefs, they have been their kryptonite in the AFC West. With Derek Carr as a starter, just 2-8 against KC, 2-6 before Mahomes became the starter. Well, the road not likely to get any easier anytime soon. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, watch it. Check
White.
Check 37. Check hot route.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
He'll field this at the 5. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. That good for 22 and a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Mahomes now on first down. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check 52.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Man, I got you.
Hey, watch that. Check, Mike.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike, watch 95.
Yellow.
Did he get the ball right here?
Mahomes now on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Mecole Hardman with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want to.
They try to jet sweep with Nelson. And he's got Rome. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. J.J. Nelson, 79 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 20-yard line.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Pass incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Here's Coleman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
57 Mike. Mike 57. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Mike 57. Mike 57.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes flushed out. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Jim. Slam. On your team.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr, his throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Down. Wide 85.
Mike 50. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Isaiah Crowell, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Motion. Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42.
43.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the carry, it's Muhammad. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Right there. All day, baby.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Express.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Go.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Check. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Now. 180. 180. We're good. You're 180. You're mine.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Hey, hey, Mike 7.
Nothing is that. You got nothing.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Throwing his car on third down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They'll run with Coleman on first down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down now, it's Coleman, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They go play fake. Mahomes rolling to his right. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again.
He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Hey, 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 hey.
Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours? Who's that? 95's Mike. What's 95?
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down.
Kill. Wide. Get wide.
Hey, 57 colors.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
They'll run it with Coleman. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football when
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Mahomes going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try.
And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there for KC. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
You think you won't get this?
No. Alpha.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Watch the screen.
OP.
It's a safety screen. Switch. Watch out. Check.
They go again with Muhammad. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And he'll They'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. Give him 53 yards on the ground. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down.
36. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Carr on the give. It's Washington. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
In your face.
Express.
Second and 5 now. Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. That one good for 26 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Hey, we're good. You want it?
They'll keep it on the ground. Muhammad trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Carr now on third and goal. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Now Mahomes on the screen. This is Coleman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. looking to throw on second down. Mahomes looking downfield for Kelsey. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. He's got it at the 15. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. Back now in the East Bay. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Or the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Carr. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. They'll try to jet sweep with Nelson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Muhammad. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 26, check 26.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. Completes it to Hardman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On first down, it's Coleman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
25, check 25, check 25.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown of the new season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 52.
Whip.
They'll keep it on the ground. Muhammad. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll try to run for it with Corral. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Going to try to jet sweep with Nelson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. That one was hard to fathom. They were in the dime. They had 6 DBs back there. They still lost it.
Great word, because I'm right there with you. I don't understand how they couldn't pick him up. But don't be surprised next week early, there's some extra people in the locker room. Maybe a tryout or two for those guys who missed him.
Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Chiefs, they did what they needed to do. They split their first two road games of the year. And they will head